It, well, it all started when I was 9 years old. And there was this very foul, disgusting, dumpster juice smell, stench, coming from somewhere in the house. And, we're going around the whole house, open up all the doors and all the windows, and then I get up to the playroom to open the window, and the window it's stuck shut. I can't get it open, but I finally do it, and well, I mean, first of all, that felt great. I felt like fucking Superman. And my brother, he enters the room behind me and says, "Hey, you got it?" And I turn around, and I say, yeah, I got it. And before I can turn back around, the window just by itself just slams down and crushes my hands, both my hands. And I mean, these knuckles have never been the same. I don't know if you could tell, but there's like a little hook where the window just went right, just right there. On November 13th, 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. shot and killed all 6 of his family members as they lay sleeping in their beds. At his trial, DeFeo would contest that voices in the house encouraged him to do it, and a shadowy figure handed him the gun to do so. 6 months after the murders, the house in Amityville had new residents, the Lutz family, who only managed to stay for 28 days before fleeing in the middle of the night, leaving all their worldly possessions behind. The story in which you are about to hear is real, taken from the last surviving member of the Lutz family, who dare recount the horrific events that made that house so incredibly famous in the most sinister way possible. My Amityville Horror by Daniel Lutz. And it took George, my mother, my brother, and whoever was helping George move shit that day to get the window off my hands. And they finally get it off my hands, and I'm freaking out. I run downstairs and into the kitchen, and my mom's freaking out. She runs downstairs after me into the kitchen, and my mom sits me down. She says, "Sit down right here. I'm gonna go get you some ice." So she goes to the freezer to get some ice and to make some calls and all this, and she sits next to me, and she puts this ice on my hand, and out of the corner of my eye, sorry, just give me a minute. No, I'm fine. I hate doing this. Why are you fucking making me do this, dude? I gotta spit it out, right? A fucking spirit comes into the kitchen, walks into the kitchen, walks through my hands, right, like through them, and then sits down. My mother freaks out. She gets up and she runs out of the kitchen, and then I freak out. I run out of the kitchen, and I'm running up the stairs. And my mom's following me up the stairs, and we're running up the stairs together. And I get up till about the second landing of the stairs, and then I turn around to see my mother, and then I'm propelled. My body is propelled up the staircase. So I hit the wall, I hit the floor, and I get up, and I'm looking at my mother, and she's looking at me, and then I see this thing, whatever the fuck this thing is, I see this thing pump past my mother and then enter inside of me. If I could describe the feeling, it's like the numbness after getting shocked. And that went on for about 35, 45 minutes. When we get back downstairs, I go downstairs and I see this fucking thing leave, and I think everything is gonna be better. And then out of nowhere, I hear this voice coming from across the room. It says, "It is you." And that stuck with me for a little over a decade. And if anybody ever saw me with a tear in my eye, it's probably because I was thinking about that moment. I'd ask my mom throughout the years, what do you think that meant? You know, and she'd be like, I think it was maybe God, and he was trying to tell you that everything's okay. Really, Ma? That's not gonna work with me. I ain't gonna buy that. You know, when you're 9 years old and you tell your priest these things, and he looks at you weird and says, "Boy, what is wrong with you?" It's hard to tell somebody that you were thrown up a staircase, or you were outside with your family watching the garage door go up and go down and go up and go down. You're just fucking watching it, and the dog nearly strangles himself because he's jumping over the fence and he's still attached to the leash, and your sister's seeing red eyes, and there was black toilets, and it was a fucking carnival, man. Sorry. I'm just getting a little tight. I don't like doing this shit. I don't like doing this shit, even to talk about it. Because just to talk about it, to bring you to a moment, for a moment, I get stuck with it. I get stuck with it. I'm just gonna need it. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm trying to tell you that I know that evil exists because I saw it in that house. That house. That house. Is evil.